Hello and welcome to Magic Gathering Strat. Today we are trying something new in Standard Pauper. We are gonna play Hexproof, as Hexproof has broken all the other formats. I figured that Hexproof could break Standard Pauper as well. So let's see here. I did some changes to this deck. Here is a deck list. So we're not playing Stonefur Crocodiles anymore. We are playing Avacyn's Pilgrims, Young Wolves, Borderland Rangers. The problem with Hexproof in Standard Pauper is that the only creatures actually have Hexproof is Primal Huntbeast and Rubbleback Rhino. Not the quickest creatures. And that means the rest of the deck will be forced to try to live until we can play them. So we're using 19 creatures, 19 land. Our enchantment base is 4 abundant grows, 4 bonds of faith, 4 pacifism, very defensive, 4 ethereal armor, 1 Knightly Valor, trying that out, 4 mark of the vampire, and we're testing a single Deviant Gleebord for the trample, as we are not getting trample anywhere. It's much easier to get trample in classic Pauper. This is a very early stage on my sideboard. I now actually know what I'm using the sideboard for. Here are some stab wounds. 3 Seraphs. So the sideboard is 3 stab wound, 3 Seraph, 3 Deadly Recluse, 1 Plummet, 3 Ray of Revelation, no safe passage, Ray of Revelation, try saying that fast. And no Undying Evils, but 2 Tragic Slips. So, this is the Standard Pauper Hexproof deck. Let's try it out. I have played one match, my first Standard Pauper match that you didn't get to see. And I ran into an Ethereal Armor deck. But he didn't have the Hexproof, guys. He figured the Primal Huntbeast and Rubbleback Rhino was too slow. So in the end I won with a 1920 Rubbleback Rhino, actually, was what I won with. And I had to smash through every creature he had before I could hit him. But that's what I did. So I won on that. I won with that. Okay. See if anyone is up for some Standard Pauper. No, they're not. You play Standard Pauper in the Just for Fun room. And you choose Standard Pauper. You want to do best 2 out of 3. And let's see if anybody wants to play. And we're off to the races against Blood Rose. Okay, so I have Young Wolf, I have Bonds of Faith, I have 2 land, I have Borderland Rangers. I'm gonna keep this. Our new site is up, talking about Classic Pauper and Standard Pauper. You will find the MTGO Strat. .com, and there's a metagame analysis of Standard Pauper that you might find interesting. So we're playing against white-black tokens, and they're human, which is not good for Bonds of Faith. I think the correct play here is to play Avacyn's Pilgrim to get the maximum amount of mana. And I think we are getting, it doesn't really matter what we get with the Evolving Wilds. I'll get the forest. Maybe I'll just get the swamp to make sure I have it. But I can do that with the Borderland Ranger. But yeah, I'm getting a swamp. No, I'm getting a forest. Ah, I'm getting a swamp. I'm getting a forest. No, I'm getting a swamp. Then I'm getting a forest with the Borderland Ranger. Okay, so it's Blood Flow Connoisseur. The swamp. We decided on the swamp, right? So we are getting the swamp. And then we are getting a forest. Slowly working our way up to a Rubbleback Rhino and Primal Huntbeast. The Bloodflow Connoisseur can be targeted with Bonds of Faith, so that's good. Is there anything else he can do by sacrificing creatures to him? Butcher goal. Our goal now is to create a mess on the ground where nobody gets through until our giant creatures can get through. And here we'll block the tokens and make him sacrifice. Glorious charge. He's drawing cards. Very nice, very nice. So I took 1 point of damage. I can live with that. And his guy doesn't do much, so we don't need to Bonds of Faith him yet. We can beat down a little. We're casting our Huntbeast. I don't like... Ah, okay. So that means we're probably not casting our Huntbeast. But... okay, why not sacrifice it and then block? Or are we casting our Huntbeast? Getting another forest. And playing that. And doing Bonds of Faith on the vampire. Now we really need our enchantments. Where are they? And now he can sacrifice his dudes and avoid our or lower our enchantment count. Yeah, we lose 3 lives. That's okay with me. I'm doing Traveler for some flying. I think I managed to clog up the ground here. And we're just waiting for the big payoff. And yeah, it's an easy trade. There is the yeah, I need to cast that on the Rubbleback Rhino, so I'm casting the Rubbleback Rhino this turn. And getting another land. That is gonna be the plains, perhaps. So will we be able to attack with a 5/6 next turn? Yeah, I think we will. He might be able to clog the ground himself so that our 5/6 doesn't get through. Yeah, now he has 6 power. Though he doesn't have much to block our 2/2s, so we might just attack with them. And play the Huntbeast. Let's see what we can find. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. So, Mark of the Vampire Etheral Armor. Except that it doesn't work because I forgot to use my Evolving Wilds last turn. So let's use the Evolving Wilds. That was an embarrassing mistake. It's very, very early in the morning, 20 past 6 in the morning. And I have a tendency to wake up way too early. That is what I've done today. I'm gonna attack with these two guys. Then I'm gonna play the Huntbeast and be done. What if I get mind rotted or something? That would be horrible. Altar Sweep. Yeah, people like that card. Sign in Blood just feels better to me. After careful consideration, I have decided that I must cast Mark of the Vampire. And that was mainly because I didn't want to lose both enchantments to something. Okay, Bloodthrone Vampire looks like a fairly good card here. It will be hard to get through them. How big can it get? Oh, really, really big. You know what else is really, really big? It's Rubbleback Rhino. Okay, yeah, Hexproof works pretty well. Abundant Growth is pretty good now. And we are of course playing Etheral Armor. So what will it take for him to kill me? He will have to sacrifice 1, 2, 3, 4 tokens for 9. No, he'll have to sacrifice 5 tokens actually, or 5 guys to become an 11/11. And I think I will let him do that. Or will I just hang back? No, I will attack. Because I have first strike, so he will have to do the giant sacrifice. And just blocking with guys will get me 9 lives a turn. Oh, except if he does that, yeah. That's pretty clever. And here's another Rhino. He can strike for 11. But the sum of the exchange we just did is that he lost the guy and I didn't. So that won't last for long. He's returning Doom Traveler to his hand. Okay, so he has to sacrifice 2 guys to get through the Rhino. But trading the young wolf. Do I want him to lose 2 guys? I think I do. So that'll be the soldier and the human, right? No, it will be the, yeah, there they go. And that makes him quite short on blockers. And puts him out of range for to actually kill me with the Bloodthrone Vampire. So he will have to block and do his sacrifice trick again. and I just keep playing my superior enormous creatures such as Borderland Ranger. 2 for 1ing him. Okay, I don't want to get too smug because I will sound like an idiot, which I probably already do. And here we go. So why didn't I attack with the young wolf? Because he would run into Attended Knight and die. That's a pretty good reason. So we're still in the first game here. And I have to give serious thought to my sideboarding, but he's just playing a lot of dudes. Maybe Seraph of Dawn would be very useful here, but it is kind of slow. He did have a chance to raise me, but he gave that up. Though, now he can. He can get 2... No, he can only become a 9. Power creature. Think I'm gonna use the Pacifism here on the Blood from Vampire. Attack with the Huntbeast or not? Yep. So we trade. Fair enough. And he sacrifices the Doom Traveler. Well, still looks fairly reliable on my front here. I'm beating down with a 10-11 creature, and he's not. But he's producing blockers like an insane person. And he's beating down. I'll take that. Trample. Trample would be so awesome. I guess this means I have to stay back for a while. Though I can beat down with Young Wolf. And then it's just the flyer. I think Seraph of Dawn would be great in this matchup. So I'm gonna sideboard her in. I don't fear any of his creatures really. Except the vampires. For the sacrifice effect. And I really need trample. Yeah. 2 flyers now. I might lose this actually. There's a lot of people to beat down before I get my extra lives. That vampire was a nuisance. Do I have to side in tragic slips for the vampires? Maybe I do. He's now doing 2 to me each turn. He has 2 blockers left. Where is my Deviant Glade? Maybe I need to play more than one Deviant Glade. Well, this is an interesting card. Now he has to block both of them. And that will of course help me quite a bit. Is he taking 10? Yeah, he is. So, what was the plan there? I think this is him just crumbling under my mighty offensive. Ethereal Armor, breaking every format in Magic. There you go. This is the moment Avacyn's Pilgrim goes on the offensive for the win. Yes. So, the Hexproof Ethereal Armor combo works again. I expect him to bring in enchantment removal now. And I need Tragic Slips and Seraphs for the second game. Okay, so we need Tragic Slips. Do we need Recluses? I'm not sure. So what was bad? Bonds of Faith wasn't the best. It worked on the vampires, but we are bringing in Tragic Slips for that. I'll take out Knightly Valor as it is pretty bad. And I'm bringing out the Young Wolves. So this is my sideboard plan. So the mana curve looks like shit. Let's try this. He looked quite vulnerable to flyers. The only flyers I saw were the Doom Traveler counters. The tokens. So yeah, I have a good feeling about this. Let's see what happens. No mulligan here. And from the Trinket deck in Classic Pauper, we've learned that playing lands that come into play tapped is not super dangerous if you think about it, if you plan for it, and if you have the removal to survive. So every land we have in hand come into play tapped, and we're happy anyway. Bloodthrone Vampire. So Forest. Can we do anything with that? Not really. So we are playing Abundant Growth on the Guildgate. And the Rolling Wilds. And next turn we can play Borderland Ranger. And we are getting a swamp with the Rolling Wilds just to make sure that we can cast Mark of the Vampire. A Swamp Walker means that we are probably not getting the swamp, and we will never play the swamp. So why reveal the Swamp Walker now? Looks bad. So let's get a plane instead then. Yeah, taking damage. Feeling good about it. Not having a hexproof guy here feels kind of bad. Getting another forest then. Because now we are setting ourselves up to get 2 for 1. But we're gonna block the Sewer Shambler, we're gonna Bonds of Faith, the Bloodthorn Vampire. 2 Bloodthorn Vampires. We might have to set ourselves up for removal actually. I think we need to. So Bonds of Faith suddenly looks not too good. Being a 4/4 is not extremely powerful. That makes us a 4/4 too. But with Bonds of Faith will be a 5/5. So we'll play Bonds of Faith 2 on the Swamp Walker, right? Yes. And then a Guildgate. If we just had Trample. Bloodflu Connoisseur. I think we need to do a block with Mark of the Vampire and just let him sacrifice a lot of guys next turn. And I hope he doesn't 3 for 1 me. Oh, no, I can get 4 for 1. I think this is enough. It's never enough, but that would make us an 8/8, so we'll have to sacrifice 4 guys. And give us 8 lives. Yep, that's what we'll do. Cause soon we'll just die, right? Oh, we are close to death. Because we can't block 2 Bloodthorn Vampires. So I think he will sacrifice. No, he will give them to the others. I don't think it's enough. I think he needed to kill the Borderland Ranger there. Haha, okay. Yeah, Sewer Shambler. Well, he has no cards in hand. I'm playing these things. Oh, that's a great card. That's a super great card. Yep. So, let's block these guys coming my way. So what will he attack with now? Okay. Well, I will just block them then. Take 1 damage. Bloodflu Connoisseur goes bigger. But this is not the way I will lose. Deviant Glee. Do I need more Deviant Glees in the sideboard? I would get black and red mana from the same land right now, which is not very good for Deviant Glee. Well, these guys are holding the fort. I think playing Mark of the Vampire is the right call here, to make them even bigger. So if I attack now, he sacrifices that guy and then hit me for 8. But he has to block them both. So why don't I just attack? Block with that, block with that. You have nothing left. But if he draws like a Doom Traveler, I'm dead, right? He will go to... No. Gotta beat down. And then he will be able to hit me for 8. Yeah, and if he draws a Doom Traveler, he can hit me for 10 and win. But he specifically needs to draw something that creates 2 creatures. So I think this is the right call. Though was I in danger? Not certain. Maybe I'm just too aggressive. It looks like a pretty hard spot to get out from. So what's his top deck? Oh my god, he had the Fengraph, he had the Scavenge thing. I misplayed that horribly. Oh my god. I hope he... Oh yeah. Oh my god. Okay, yeah. Well, I'm dead. What? He didn't dare do it. So I live to fight another day. Can he actually get to me now? I'm not sure. Well, I need to block 2 to... Will I live through that? I don't deserve to live. After that mistake. And I never hoped for a card like I'm hoping for Deviant Glee. And notice here that the Bloodflow Connoisseur actually can get big enough to kill me. Deviant Glee! Not yet. And now I die anyway, because I can't block them all. Or do I? I think I do. I die before lifelink, or don't I? I should know these things. Yeah, I'm getting black mana. But my only hope is Deviant Glee. Because the sacrifice effects are really good. Very nice. Very, very nice. So how do I make someone die? How do I make someone die? Wait a minute, I have Seraphs. So if I attack, He makes the sacrifices. I kill his Bloodflow Connoisseur. Now I'm just dead. But here is the girl to the rescue. And who's gonna block her? It's only the Doomed Traveler that can do that. And that means the Bloodflow Connoisseur will die. He needs 6 creatures to sacrifice to the Bloodflow Connoisseur for it to live. Wow, how did I get out of that bind? Okay, so now we learn if what happens. So we're not afraid of the Bloodflow Connoisseur really, but we're gonna block that. We're gonna block that. We're gonna block that. We're gonna block that, and we're not even dead. So right. And the first time anybody dies, if he tries to get his Connoisseur to, he can get it to 13, but not above 13. So I think I'm good here. There might be some trick coming up. And you see the power of green-white hexproof. Green-white-black hexproof. As I misplayed so bad, and I'm still doing fine. So, yeah, one guy dies. He's 9/9, he needs to be bigger than that. Okay, 10/10. Give him the bad news. Sizzla cast Tragic Slip, targeting Bloodflow Connoisseur, and I think that's game. All right. Still, I am at 1 life. Here's another reason why he should be playing Sign in Blood, because he would just win with that. If you draw it now instead of Alta's Reap. Essence Harvest. What is that? Shows you how much I know. And if you haven't seen this video, check out what Hitler thinks about the Pauper bannings in Classic Pauper. And that's the game. Thank you for watching Magic Gathering Strat playing green-white hexproof in Standard Pauper.